36. There we go. Upper Eastern Shore.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. You know, I thought this was going to be the easy one. The Maryland General Assembly tries to tax big tech. Tech companies come back and say it's a tax on small businesses. The governor agrees and vetoes, and then we do some type of procedural motion and the veto is sustained. But no, here we are. At a time when small businesses are fighting to survive during this COVID pandemic, we're having to stand up and protect small businesses from tax increases. This leads me to ask, when did Maryland small businesses become the enemy of the General Assembly? Since when did businesses in our communities, owned by our neighbors, parents of our kids' friends, become our enemy? Since when did the job creators, the people that have risked their savings, that have made every effort to keep workers employed throughout this pandemic so they can feed and care for their families, become our enemy? It's really sad. Once again, we have before us another creative bill targeting our small businesses. Only this one hurts small businesses in a way that I never would have thought was imaginable, by taxing their advertising. Not their sales, not their profits, but their advertising. The means which businesses grow, the ways they reach new customers, the ways they show off new products and new services. This bill taxes the way businesses communicate with their customers. In all its wisdom, the Maryland General Assembly has contrived a way to force businesses to pay taxes for their online advertising. To further add insult, the bill says, we won't tax you if you advertise in newspapers. So go ahead, throw an ad on page B6 of the Baltimore Sun or page D9 of the Washington Post. We're sure that will reach your target market. Or maybe television. Out of the kindness, we leave that option open. A nice little 30-second spot on the Disney Channel will surely help you promote your home renovation services. Note, this General Assembly chooses to hit Maryland businesses where it hurts the most. Targeted, cost-effective online advertising. And to inflict this pain, we are seeking to be the first state in the country to punish our mom and pop businesses for the absurd notion of wanting to advertise on Facebook or Google. That's right, the first in the country. Of course, it's questionable whether this bill is even constitutional, whether it preempts federal Internet Tax Freedom Act, or even violates U.S. commerce laws. But in our questioning of that last year, the Attorney General's office really stuck their neck out and said this bill is not clearly unconstitutional. Not clearly unconstitutional. Thank you for the AG's office for that. This type of advice makes it even more questionable whether this policy will survive years of litigation and whether Maryland will ever see a dime of revenue from the so-called digital ad tax. Now, I'm sure we'll continue to hear that this bill taxes big tech and not small businesses. Well, you know what? The real evidence that this bill will most definitely tax small businesses is right in front of us. On your laptop, you can check out Senate Bill 787. Somehow, with this bill, we're seeking to prohibit the pass-through of this tax. But really, what a great concept. The General Assembly passes tax increases and then prohibits those companies from passing it through to our businesses and ultimately our customers. Maybe we should include big tobacco as well and make Philip Morris pay the increases of this bill's tobacco tax. Unfortunately, it's irrelevant. If we don't sustain this veto, we've put the cart before the horse. We don't know if that bill will pass. We don't know what it will look like if it passes. And certainly don't know if it's legal or not. So this corrected bill, while an omission that the bill we're currently discussing would hurt small businesses, is no more likely than just a distraction. My colleagues, I ask you, let's for once, just one time, let's be kind to Maryland businesses. Let's tell our job creators, the ones that employ our neighbors, that sponsor our Little League teams, support our volunteer fire companies, and give to our community organizations. Let's tell them that they matter. Let's tell them we appreciate them, that we respect them, that they mean more to us than just being sources of revenue for our uncontrolled spending habits. Let's change course, and for once, let's simply do no harm. No more taxes. Not today, not during this pandemic, not during this time of economic turmoil. Let's instead support our businesses, support this veto. I urge you to vote red and vote for Maryland's small businesses. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator.